Researchers analyzed blood samples from more than 2,700 women between 65 and 79 years old. They were part of a memory study that started in the late 1990s. They measured a protein in their blood called p-tau 217.
We sought to determine whether this blood-based biomarker, plasma p-tau217, whether it was associated with dementia risk in people who had no symptoms, who were cognitively healthy.
Aladdin Shadiab says researchers then followed the women for up to 25 years to see who later developed dementia.
And what we found was that women who had elevated levels of this blood-based biomarker named plasma p-tau217 had threefold higher risk of incident dementia.
He says what makes the discovery promising is how easily the biomarker can be measured.
What I think is so fascinating about it is that with a simple blood test, we can detect whether someone has changes in their brain that indicate Alzheimer's disease.
Today, doctors usually rely on more complicated tests to look for these brain changes.
But as a cerebral spinal fluid test, which is invasive, or what's called PET imaging, and those are more costly approaches.
But he says the blood test isn't ready to be used in doctors' offices just yet.
We are not at the point yet where we could do, routine testing to, definitively determine whether someone has Alzheimer's from a blood test. What the value of this test is that it can screen people to see whether they would require further follow-up testing.
He says further studies are needed to confirm these findings, but this blood test shows promise for research on factors that increase dementia risk. Heidi de Marco, KPBS News.